Well, I'm Ray from Houston, originally from New York. I'm an accountant for all intents and purposes. That's the easiest way to describe what I do. It's a little bit more complicated than that. Um, and I was an athlete at one time in my 20s, and I was living the fantasy realm, of being an athlete. For whatever reason, my hips went to hell in a handbasket, and I lived for 6 years in severe pain, walking with walkers and canes and not being able to walk like a block or a flight of stairs or even climb into a car or sit on the toilet. Everything was painful. Eventually went to the doctors, got my hip replaced. Pain went away, and I decided I need to do something because I hated looking at myself in the mirror. I was frightened. It was scary, and I can only imagine what my wife felt, you know.
Yeah.
So that's when uh, I was watching you through LinkedIn.
Mm.
So, I would watch your post at LinkedIn, and then I reached out to you. I don't know why you, but I reached out to you, and then we we started our journey together. And it's been it was a year ago, the week of Thanksgiving.
Right.
But we're a little bit more than a year right now.
Yeah, and when you signed up, you had some, I don't know if you call them concerns, but you were hesitant because of the time. Tell
Well, I
everybody.
did the same thing everyone else does. Hey, dude, it's the holidays, man. Let's not
Yes.
worry about it. There's too much going on. And you gave me some really brilliant advice that I did not pay attention to. I don't want anyone to think, oh, Elisha spoke in the heavens part and the sun came down and you saw everything. No, I I was hesitant to join, but I don't know, something I felt it was the right time. And so we started,
Hmm.
and it was bumpy for a while, very bumpy.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, you've been up for a year now, and these things do take so much time, right? And if you don't mind, Ray, how old are you?
I'm 59. I'll be 60 in January.
Okay. And so 58 years now, you've
Hmm.
done things a certain way. And so it's
Yes.
time for you to make these adjustments. And so many times people are like, I need to see X amount of results in 2 weeks or I'm out. Right. And
Hmm.
you didn't. You stuck the whole path. So
Oh,
talk
no,
to
no. I wanted the 2 week result, but I just decided to stick with it.
well, I appreciate the honesty. Well, okay, so you're doing the walking, the walker, you just got your hips replaced.
Right.
Pretty heavy. What other things were you kind of going through that made it tough for you?
Well,
Before.
like we talked, because of all the pain and everything that I've gone through, I was a bit of a jerk with my family. So I need to do a lot of repairing, a lot of soul searching, which I think people don't realize when you get on this type of journey just to look better in order to actually start achieving the results that you want. You need to make a complete change.
Hmm.
And that took a long time. So I needed to do something motivate. So I was a martial artist. I was a pretty decent one, never got to be great because I was too lazy. Um, that's true. I mean, it's just flat out honest truth. Um, and okay, when you start martial arts, you start doing the basics and all that. And so I started with you, and I wanted to work out at home. Right.
Hmm.
That was my thing. I had the band, I had the Under Some Fitness. I see James Grange on the videos there. Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh, I get the pump. And it was a disaster. Me working out at home because it just wasn't a different environment. It was the same place that I've always had that I failed at before. So it
Hmm.
was too comfortable. It was too this, it was too that. So I went through that with you for December, January, 5 months. 5 months of my weight pretty much sustained,
Yep.
barely changing. Let's tell the truth. Let them know.
Yeah. No, I
I was a porker. Yeah.
yeah. Well, now that you've told the truth, not that I was trying to hide the truth, but like tell everybody where you've been, because obviously the biggest thing that I've seen what you talked about is like you have to make this huge shift and your mindset has shifted completely. Now you're seeing changes. So talk to everybody about some of the results that you've gotten or
So,
some of the
so,
changes you've
so
made.
a couple of things happened. One, at work, there was a lady here who doesn't work with me anymore. Unfortunately, I trained her too well. She went on to a better job, but we started talking. And so one of the things I would tell everyone out there, you need not just an accountability partner, you need someone that you can talk to, that you can face the ugly side of you. So this was a person we became really good friends. We started sharing a lot of our stories, and it was someone that you can talk to to show yourself all your works. When you talk to yourself and you look in the mirror and you beat yourself up pretty bad. We have a habit of doing that. When you have someone else who starts giving you more encouragement, and unfortunately, my wife couldn't be that person because she spent 28 years of me beating her up. So I'm trying to make these changes, and she's rolling her eyes legitimately, by the way. I'm not, making any fun of my wife. She says, "Oh my gosh, I've seen this before. When are you going to quit?" Literally, she did tell me that. When are you just going to quit and give up because you're not going to make it? You're not going to. So to that point, one of the things I told her when I first joined you, I said, I need to be competitive. I need to find something to compete. And then I found that there's old guys like me, 60 plus who do physique competitions.
Yeah.
So I said, that's a goal. I can work towards that. So I told that to my wife, and my wife said, do you know how much work that's going to take? Do you actually think you can do that? And she was like, oh, no, that ain't going to happen, fam. You're done.
Yeah.
You already lost before you started. But in talking with this person at work, I work kind of 40 minutes from my home here in Houston, and traffic can be bad. And every time I was driving by, there was a gym that I'd see every day. And one day, I don't know why, it was March of this year, I decided I'm going to go join the gym. And I said, I'm going to go start working out in the mornings before work. So I started getting up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Be at the gym at 5:30, work out for maybe about 45 minutes. Shower, come into work, and I could actually go home a little early because I get into work early. So I was like, that works.
Yeah.
That's that having someone that I can talk to and really be honest about me, and then having the feedback come back to say, you're not as bad. And the other thing is that we can all change. We can all make changes if we really want to. We have to learn to forgive ourselves. That was a big thing for me. And then, I'm a Christian, and man, the love of God just flooded over me, opened my heart, changed me completely. So, it improved my relationships with my family, with my wife, my own confidence and attitude on how I do things. Because when you're in the situation I'm in, and plus being a bully kid from way back when, I was a martial artist and stuff, but I learned to fight because I got tired of getting beat up.
Yeah.
You don't have that confidence. You have a lot of bravado. So I talk a lot, I talk loud, and I talk like New York,
Yeah.
literally, so I can talk like a gangster. But I never had that kind of, I never had the kind of confidence I have now.
Yeah.
And so all of that just came together, and it was through the training with you and stuff. And once it clicked, which was right around March, that's when results just started just going crazy.
Yeah. And what were some of those things?
Well, let's see, almost 30 pounds I've dropped, right? Everything in my closet fits. So, it's a lot of us, I'm sure, have, oh man, those pants, those are my gold pants. I don't want to put them on because if I put them on, a button pops, it's going to kill somebody, or you have those belts that you can't, that you just couldn't, try and get them on and stuff. And you got that little muffin top look and stuff. Everything I have fits. Some of it I can't wear because it falls off, literally.
Right.
I mean, it's just, I'm far more confident without having to be arrogant. There's no need for me to put somebody else down for me to be better, which unfortunately a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And now I believe I can be a physique competitor. I mean, because I hit the gym, and now I get up at 4 a.m., not 4:30. I get up at 4 a.m. I'm at the gym by 5, typically work out for about an hour and 15 now. I started focusing a lot on ab work and stuff. Having hip replacement surgery, like I had, your hip flexors are dead. So I think I wrote today on the note, the dead bugs. Dead bugs would kill me, man. Lifting my leg up, it was just so good. Now, how many you got? What do you want to do?
Yeah. So good. So good, man. And I mean, obviously there's so much more, like, you have a lot of work to do to be the physique competitor, and that.
2 years. Yeah, that's my goal too. I probably won't step on a stage until 62. That's my goal.
I think that's so awesome. It's specific, when you're going to do it, it's got a time, and it is realistic as much as everybody wants it. You even yourself probably thought, wow, that's pretty unrealistic. But with a few years, it's 100% possible.
Yeah, you have to. So the funny part about this is eating, right? Because this is like the big, at least for me, that was big Achilles heel. Oh my gosh, my Whataburger, Whataburger patty melt. How can I possibly survive without that? There's no way. It's like an essential food group. It should be by itself in the pyramid.
Protein, fats,
No.
carbs, Whataburger burger. No.
So you learn to eat differently.
Yeah.
And it's part of the goal, and part also that once you start doing this and you stop eating, you're not as hungry as you used to be. You fill up a lot faster. So for example, for lunch and for breakfast, I have protein shakes. That's pretty much all I did, because I have a lot of work, lets me focus on office, and then I have one good meal when I get home. And then on top of all the working out, I started, and this was only about maybe month, 2 months ago, I started trying to get in 10,000 steps every day. I can't run, hips don't lie when they replace them, that's Shakira. I can't run. Jogging is kind of discouraged, so I walk. And I can walk the 10,000 steps, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
It's been life-changing. So
what would you recommend somebody who was in the position that you were in? Like, how would you say, if you could talk to your old self, hey, here's how you can change. Here's the steps that you should take. You're going to fall on your face. That's the first thing I tell you. Look, you're going to fall on your face. It is important that you get back up. Always. Don't beat yourself up because you fail. So I was actually talking with my friend. I go to the doctor's office and I have white coat fever. If people don't know what that is, it's like you freak out going to the doctor's office. I do, but I'm committed down this path that my wife wanted me to go, and I went to the doctor's office. My blood pressure is high. It used to be, in my mind, I failed. It was a test that I failed. Oh my gosh, what a horrible thing. Why am I not, 6 feet down in a casket already? Yeah. That wasn't the case. I realized what was happening. The doctor even knew about it. I don't have blood pressure medication. They didn't prescribe it. It's just, take your blood pressure at home. Probably not going to happen just yet, but it's something that I can work towards. Yep. The other thing is that you got to change your mind. So I have 3 things, and I'm looking up at my board that I wrote down: ruthless consistency, unwavering discipline, faultless integrity. 1, you got to be ruthlessly consistent. You got to go to the gym, even if you don't feel like it. You go there and you start the motions. The discipline kicks in by forcing you to be ruthlessly consistent. And then the faultless integrity is, but you got to be honest with yourself. You're not always going to feel great. You're not always going to be, oh my gosh, this is what a wonderful workout. You're walking out and you're barely touching the ground because your feet are over there. You're on cloud 9. People are looking at you going, dude, just come back down, man. You're just too high up there. There are days that are tough. Emotional days are rough. I used to drink a lot. Just be honest about that. And so drinking would numb some of the pain, some of the embarrassment I felt of myself. I don't do that anymore. Yeah. But so if I'm talking to myself, is that you got to change. You have to just get up and go. Just like you did when you were getting beat up as a kid and you walked into a karate school and said, I am going to change. And it wasn't easy, and it didn't happen it took a year for me to earn my first black belt, but you have to change. You just have to get committed to that. How bad do you want to change? So we were going to talk about this, my goal, right? So everyone knows the term MILF, right? So I'm assuming I would like to be my wife's DILF. I want to be the best man she's ever held in her arms. That she looks at me and she just almost passes out, going, "My gosh, that's my husband." Maybe not much, but so that's a goal that I want to have. And it's a wonderful thing. And there's so many things that cascade with the confidence, even at work. So all those principles, I apply them at work. I apply them at church. I apply them, my finances, everything else that I'm doing. And it's really been life-changing. I love it. And I didn't set that goal for him, everybody. Like, that was him. This is what I wanted to be. That was you. That was all me. I'm from New York, so. We're real worried when he got on. What is he going to say? How is he going to say it? What am I going to have to cut out? Well, Ray, is there any other advice that you would give anybody, or anything that you would want to share with somebody just about your story and how you've been able to lose the 30 pounds and just anything like that before we head on out of here?
you need to find people to inspire you. So, I have you as my coach, my trainer, but I listen to all kinds of podcasts.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. That's a good point. Flip your social media. So my social media, a lot of social media, especially for guys, who's the hot chick that in the bikini and whatever, and we're watching that, right? Oh my God, look at this! Oh, look at this guy falling his face and all
Yeah.
that stupid stuff for the dog singing or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So I decided to start using social media to educate myself. It's not always the best education, but I watch people who work out. I watch people who compete. On Facebook, there's fitness, physique groups over 50. There's over 60. There's over 40. I'm on all of them. Iron sharpens iron is another one. These are guys that work out and then and so I use that to learn, and I use that to surround myself with people who have similar mindsets. That's another important thing. Anyone who's toxic in your life, who doesn't like the changes you're making, you got to get rid of.
Yeah.
They have to go. And then say it might be a good friend. It might be a very good friend. But if I have to go down this path and you want me to stay the old me, I can't be there anymore. So anyway, that's what
no,
I have to say.
it's all I wish I could say that I was the one who gave you all of that, but you, I mean, your mindset, it's so amazing. And so I appreciate you sharing everything, Ray. And I'm proud of you for all you've done. You're amazing. You're going to continue to do amazing things. I'm not going to say I want you to turn into that, but I know that you will, because of your hard work. And like I said, I appreciate all you've done. So keep it up.